If you're a creator, video editor or a designer, this video is for you. Okay, listen. A lot has happened in the last few days. Affinity, the same Affinity which people used to call Adobe alternative, was made free. And honestly, at first I didn't believe it. I thought it was one of those marketing tricks. But no, it's actually
free forever.
And this move is shaking the entire creator world in some good ways and in some worrying ways too. So here's the actual story without the hype. Affinity was always this solid professional editing app. Photo editing, designer, illustrator, these were proper tools. But they were paid. One-time subscription, but people loved them for that. Then Canva acquired them. Canva basically said, forget it. Let's make the whole Affinity app free. And boom. Overnight, every creator, photographer, editor started talking about it. And bro, when something this powerful becomes free, people got excited and confused at the same time. This is big for two reasons. One, the cost barrier is gone. Like imagine, Lightroom plus Photoshop plus Illustrator quality apps for 0 rupees. Students, freelancers and new creators can start editing and designing without paying any subscriptions, unlike Adobe. And two, this decision directly attacks Adobe's business model. Adobe lives on subscriptions. And Affinity going free is saying like, hey listen, you pay for all those tools, here you can get it for free. And that shook the market. The internet loves a good underdog story. That's why Affinity is trending everywhere. Here's where things get interesting. Everybody is celebrating, but nobody is thinking about the flip side. The good part is obvious, no paywalls, pro features, but the slightly worrying part, sustainability. Free apps sound amazing until they quietly become paid later or start adding limitations or pushing you to Canva's ecosystem. I'm not saying that Affinity will do that, but the sudden free for all makes people worrying that what the long-term plan is. And being free doesn't mean that it's great for everyone. Adobe still has industry standard tools, workflows, plugins, color profiles, all the boring but important stuff. Let's talk about competitors for a second. Bro, Adobe is still the king of the industry, but they are expensive. If you are a beginner, paying 2,000 to 4,000 a month is rough. Now let's talk about Canva. Super easy, super fun, but honestly, you can't compare it to full-blown photo editing or vector tools. It's more for quick designs and photo editing. Free editors like Photopea or GIMP, they're okay but not smooth, not fast and definitely not as polished. That's why Affinity going free hits different. It sits right between pro-level power and beginner-friendly access. Now without doing any further delay, let's directly hop onto our monitor screens and see what's all the hype is about. To download Affinity, you can simply click on this link or you can search Affinity by Canva and this is the website. You can open it. Here you can sign up and download Affinity. As you can see, the website is very creative and colorful, which looks very smooth and attractive at the same time. When you open Affinity, this is the home page. Here you can see you have bunch of options and tutorials to go through. By clicking on see more options, you can see there are different layouts and different canvas sizes to choose. Here you can select pixels, you can select page width and page height. Here you can store your templates. Let's click on this. Like this, you can see the tutorial. Inside Affinity Designer or Vector, you can create logos, icons, posters, everything Adobe Illustrator does. Smooth, fast, clean. Most free apps don't even come close to real vector editing. Here's the feature that no one else has. Not even Adobe. It's called Studio Link. You can move between photo, designer and publisher in one click. Like we can switch between vector, pixel, layout and Canva AI. And by clicking on the three dots, if you click on it, more options will be unlocked. You can toggle on or off if you want it on the dashboard. Features like retouching, color grading, typography, compositioning and all that stuff. Every option you toggle on have a bunch of different settings and tools to play with. And by clicking on create studio icon, you can create your own studio by adding your personalized symbols and color. And if you right click on the dashboard, you see customized toolbar. If you click on that, a menu will open which contains various other options and tools that you can choose to add it in your dashboard. And this thing is very cool. You can click and drag any option or any toggle you want. Like if we click and drag path brushes, you can pop it out in your canvas, and you can create shapes by clicking on that rectangle icon. You can move it or change the size of it using mouse, and this icon here is the pen tool. We can draw any shape and it will automatically, we can draw curves. We can curve the line here and we can make any shape which we want, and you can click the box and join them, and we can drag and adjust by holding the dots, and we can play with the curves and make it smooth as we want. And this is the path brush tool. Here we can draw freehand lines, and clicking on these tiny dots we can adjust the curves, we can make it more smooth. And clicking on this option, stroke width tool, we can select any line and adjust its width, and we can adjust to different stroke lines with it. This tool is also very helpful. It's called the fill tool. Here we can draw a line and adjust the gradient of our subject. And here we have the artistic text tool. If we click on it, we can type text. We can reshape it by holding the dots. And now let's test that Affinity can remove background or not. Let's search about background remove tool. Let's add it on the top dashboard. Yes, here's the catch. Some AI options or tools are paid, but no worries. We can still remove the background. In pixel mode, you can choose the object selection tool. It says you have to download an extension, so let's download this. Now after downloading, if you choose object selection tool, you can hover your crosshair above the subject and it will automatically give you a grid line to show which part to keep and which to remove. And by holding Alt, we can select a specific part of your subject. Okay, now let's select our subject and we can go on the refine option. If we click on it, here a pop-up will come. Here you can adjust the softness, the smoothness, border. If you click on overlay, and you can select a bunch of different backgrounds, black matte, white matte, and you can even refine it with the brush tool. You can select areas if it's not selected. And let's keep it on white matte. We can adjust these options. We can use feather to soften the edges. Here you can select your border width. And here in the effects option, we get a bunch of effects. We can create 3D. You can toggle on bevel and you can adjust. You can be creative with these settings. Inner shadows, you can choose any direction you want in. By selecting Gaussian blur, you can blur the selected item, and we can click on the filters option. And here you get tons of options like live ripple. You can make ripple effects live without any delay. It's very smooth. And here you can select any option, any filters you want. Like if we click on live lighting, here you can adjust lighting, which is very cool and useful in photo editing. You can change directions and we can do all this live, which is the main thing, and it's so smooth. You can adjust the outer core, the inner cone, and you can increase or decrease light according to your choice. You can also choose a color for your light, which is very cool to be honest. And in adjustment tab, you can get color grading options like black and white, curves, exposure, threshold, and let's click on curves, and here you can adjust the colors. So in this video, we have covered few tools and options. If you want me to explain all the tools and the best tools which Affinity has, you can comment down below and let me know. If you want to learn any tool, I can make a video on it. So finally, should you switch? If you are a student, beginner, YouTuber, creator, or someone who wants pro tools without paying monthly, yes, Affinity is the best app for you right now. But if you are deep into Adobe's ecosystem or working in studios where Adobe is the standard, you will probably stay with Adobe. But overall, as of today, Affinity going free is a big W for creators. Tell me what you think. If you will switch, comment down below which app you are using right now for creating designs or editing photos. And if this video is helpful by any chance, subscribe the channel and give it a like and share with your friends who need this. And honestly, this is my first talking head content, so I am very nervous right now, but I hope it delivers well. Subscribe to the channel and stay updated for future videos. There are many exciting and helpful videos coming on this channel. So that's it for this video, and I will see you in the next one.